They have done this presentation called Imagination Men. Ready?
Imagination Men. I'm Gary Phillips.
I'm Paul Richmond.
I live in North Carolina.
I live in Western Mass.
I help people and land connect.
People ask me if I'm a Native American. And I tell them I'm from Buffalo.
Men. This first slide represents the common misconceptions of men.
That all men are alike.
Yes, they all have many similarities.
There are many shared experiences.
There are many different responses. Ways that men are in the world. War.
The sacrifice for the whole?
Then there are the wars due to greed and power.
Or is it always about greed and power?
Others help to build.
Taking care of.
Sharing resources.
Understanding scarcity.
To minimize wars.
Scenes of violence.
Scenes of violence.
Life is a right, not collateral or casual.
In our own streets.
I will not forget where I come from.
Teenagers wearing hoodies.
I will craft my own drum.
Foreclosing on homes.
Gather my beloved near.
Homeless.
And our chanting will be dancing. Our humming will be drumming. We will dance and resist and dance and persist and dance.
Yeah. Whales have been here for 40 million years.
Never feeling they needed to invent nuclear power.
Japan is not over.
Chernobyl is not over.
The containment vessel is falling apart.
All of our containment vessels are falling apart.
Tar sands.
Clear-cutting forests.
Oil spills.
Fracking for gas.
The need is great.
For clear water.
Air to breathe.
Land that can sustain life. Our cultural story is that men are doers and women are tenders. I gave my mom a pedicure today with rough hands and an unsteady tool. We laughed like schoolgirls. I felt honored.
As boys and men, to have role models of being caregivers, there is more than being king of the mountain.
We are in a men's group started in 1978. 34 years we have been together. One day a month, a whole day, to support, to listen, to call into question, in an environment of trust, kindness, interdependent, and continuing relationships.
Energy.
The sun.
The wind.
The water.
Renewable fuels.
Conservations.
The energy in the room.
Is it aggressive?
Is it invasive?
Is it life supportive?
Michael Meade wants to know,
where have all the wise men gone?
We live in a time of great forgetting.
Where people disappear as they get older.
May we each become a solid elder.
Being seen.
Like a white oak.
Like a pignut hickory.
A south chestnut. Dealing with death.
No circle has been broken here.
Honoring those before us.
No one that stands alone.
Being present with the passing.
The threads of life so lately broke are woven through our own.
Men who have been in combat.
Who is there for them?
Suicides outnumber those dying in combat.
The only item the military is willing to cut
are the benefits for the servicemen and women.
The military budget is bankrupting this country.
Like every
man, I was born with a knife in one hand and a wound in the other. Tomorrow morning, we will greet the sun in the transit of Venus across its face for the last time in 100 years.
Actually, Mars is sextiling Venus, and that basically means we're fucked.
Everything is fun. Hey, go ahead. Here is the multicolored quilt of our lives.
Gay, straight, and plaid and great.
Coat of many colors that my mama made for me.
I'll defend it.
We will not be played.
Oh, check this out now. BC, there was little less men and more imagination. Kind of went like that, more men. And then yesterday, there was a lot more men and not so much imagination. I don't know how that happened. And now here, we have the normal, and then you have Viagra, and then the reality.
Very important graph.
And then it's fantasy. Fantasy
This
is
graph.
up a little bit. The fantasy is up, it seems. Yeah.
Tell us, Professor.
I don't
Go
know.
for it. Yes.
The fantasy is up, I'm not sure.
Yes. Yes.
The fantasy. And so
Yes.
you can tell a lot there. In a world where test scores are considered teaching, where military combat is the accepted activity for men, there are dreamers, artists, lovers, who give birth to affirming life relationships. Believe it or not, some of them are men.
To be able to keep our light when there is so much darkness, a long history of killing and torture that goes on daily. The old man passes his piece of bread to a child, taking responsibilities for future generations. Thank you.